First, I would like to thank every parishioner who is a minister of Holy Communion, and would rather, in lieu of having some type of a training session, hopefully you find this convenient to take a few minutes at home to talk about something that meets a parish need. We have children who, when they come up in the communion line, are looking for blessings. And for quite a few years now, we've encouraged these families to come down the main aisle so they can receive a blessing from myself or from Deacon who would be next to me. We also have run into some issues where sometimes Deacon isn't here, and then we don't know whether someone should take his spot or not, or me to do both lines. And I think it's time for us just to meet that human need of the human touch and receiving a blessing, and for our children not to feel left out. Now, keep in mind that this also will be extended to adults who might come forward, especially like with their arms crossed. And we are going to continue to encourage children to approach you this way so it becomes much more convenient. Because sometimes there's a third grader who's shorter than a first grader, and I've had that happen to me. Okay, so as they come forward, Deacon and myself, when we're able, because of the privilege, the right of holy orders, to actually bestow a blessing. May Almighty God bless you. It isn't so much the words as much as like the vessel, and one of the ways in which it's kind of as a sign that someone's ordained is when you see them make this kind of an action. It isn't the touching of the child on top of the head or on the shoulder. It isn't some special kind of words. Now, in the book of blessing, they do have ways in which to get to the end of a prayer service when it's led by a lay person. They are not to make this sign because that has to do with holy orders. Rather, they would say, "May Almighty God bless," and they would cross themselves rather than offer that kind of a blessing. So we're going to refrain from asking ministers of Holy Communion to make this kind of action. In the sacrament of baptism, parents and godparents are asked to repeat after the priest or the deacon the sign of the cross on the head of the infant or the child or even the adult. And so we're going to use this as instructional for us. So if a lay person, as a parent or a godparent, is allowed to, with their thumb, make the sign of the cross on the forehead of the one being baptized, that is going to be the primary action that we're going to be using as one of our, I should say, primary options. So if a child comes forward and presents him or herself this way, that you would just say something like, "May God bless you." So it isn't like saying, "I bless you," but "May God bless you," and to make the little sign of the cross on their forehead, or if it's easier, if you want to just touch them on the forehead or on the shoulder. But certainly there is more than just precedent. It's a long-standing tradition to make the sign of the cross on the forehead of those who approach you in this way. So finally, I just want you to know it is going to be a little awkward at first, but as people come forward in your line, knowing that other ministers of Holy Communion might not have gotten this message before you, feel confident, please, when someone comes forward, or as a child in a parent's arms, to reach forward and simply say, "May God bless you." Thank you again for your faithful service, and hopefully this is one of those little prayers, little blessings, little sacramentals that will help enliven our parish. It's the little things that really make a difference. Thank you and God bless you.